get rid of these great big plywood sheets. Right, we're back to it again. A few videos ago, we fitted fresh wooden windows in the original openings which you had to unblock and consolidate, blah blah blah. There's one window still to go in, the big tall shaped wooden one, door size window. Now, Nick's finished making that and we can get it fitted, which I'm buzzing about, but first we'll have to get it painted. The windows are going to be painted with linseed oil paint, and on the outside it's going to be Amsterdam green. Now, the first coat that goes on is a thinned down version to help soak into the wood for maximum protection. It's a mixture of turpentine, linseed oil paint and a little bit of linseed oil as well. It's really thin and it goes, you can stretch it very far, so you don't need to put much of it on at all. I've found the best way of doing this is to put it on as thin as possible, otherwise it just takes forever and ever and ever to dry out. So I'm just trying to stretch it so that I can put another coat on the next day, the next day and the next day. I think I put 3 or 4 coats on in total. Oh no, it's raining. Bit more of the pre-mixed stuff. For the inside of the windows, I'm using another thinned down linseed oil paint from Brouns Co, and this one's called Restoration White, but I've decided to just put a very thin layer on and sand it down and kind of make it look a little bit shabby peach? Shaggy... shabby chic. I want it to look a little bit shabby chic. Here we go, we've got the scissor lift and then we've got our fully glazed window looking very swanky. Now, the last video we fixed this scissor lift, so if you want to see this being fixed and the trials and tribulations of fixing it, it's like going to a battle scene going out of this story. Anyway, the scissor lift got fixed in the last video and I was absolutely buzzing to put it into some good use, and it performed beautifully. Again, this is another classic story of being impatient and not being very well organised. This is a 2-person job, definitely a 2-person job, and sometimes I don't know I'm doing something until I'm doing it. I ended up, it's a bit too heavy, numb and dangerous to be doing this, because the window can fall out the other side if you're pushing it through, because when you're on one side you've got it pushed in, you can't hold on to it with anything because it's glass. There's nothing to grip onto, and it's one of those things where you need to kind of push it in certain places to get it level. Before fitting the window, I needed to just get all the loose bits of rubble and everything taken off, wet everything down because I'm going to be applying some lime mortar into it, get my pre-mixed mortar which I'd mixed up maybe a month or 2 ago, which is a mixture of aggregates to match up with the existing mortar, the best I can do anyway, and then get all of those little cracks filled up. And because I'm going to be covering it up with a window frame, I'm not going to be able to get to those again, so now's the time to do it. I've got to say, I don't know why this is occurring to me so much on this video, but editing yourself, it's such a weird thing to do. I don't know if anybody else edits themselves doing anything or has a YouTube channel that's watching this, but I'd be interested to know if you also do this. So when I'm watching this, so I'm essentially watching this with you, and I kind of end up watching it as if you would watch it. So I'm watching myself in third person, so it's like, oh, that's actually me. And I'm like, what's this guy up to now? What's he doing now? And I keep forgetting, it's like, oh yeah, that's actually you that's been doing this. So yeah, very strange insight into a person editing the video. Stainless steel. It needs to be stainless steel, otherwise it'll rust off in the Yakoya. The Yakoya eats up normal screws. I know it's obvious what I'm doing, but I'm going to continue to guide you through the video. So here, the window fits, but not quite. It's just a few mil too big at the top. I end up ringing Rich, see if he could magically come and help, which he was obviously busy doing something. And I end up trimming the top of the window down with the planer. Then it just fit perfectly, really. Nick had done such a good job of making it fit well. I'd prefer it to be a few mil too big and have to trim it down than to be the opposite way. And then it was fairly well wedged in. I put some packers into it, and then I used the banding strap which I cut earlier to fix it back in, and once that's in, it wasn't going anywhere. Not that I thought anyway. Not genuinely, it didn't go anywhere. I'm not going to try and do some sort of watch till the end to see if the window went anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It was safe as houses. That was correct as of today. I'm back on putting some horsehair into the mortar. That mortar I probably made a month or two ago, and that's the beautiful thing about lime mortar, is that it doesn't set unless it's got air. Air is the thing that activates it and makes it carbonate. It'll last forever and a day if it's covered up. So the reason why I'm putting the horsehair in there is to stop it from shrinking as much, stop it from cracking, and it makes it stronger. And I'm using that instead of what we would now use is expanding foam. It's way better. It's better for noise, better for strength, and it's a breathable material. So any water vapour, whatever, any condensation that goes onto the window, which there's a good chance of it happening, it can be released again. It acts like a water, it acts like a reservoir. It will let the moisture back out again when the humidity is dropped on the outside. It's only fair to mention the weakness of this method against expanding foam, and that is time is not its strong point. It takes forever and a day to fill up that crack along the side of the window there. Expanding foam, psh, you're in and you're out, you're done. So I'm definitely not in and out there. I'm really labouring it actually. I'm probably not an expert in the field of filling up cracks at the side of windows, but you do get there in the end, and it gives you a much longer time to appreciate the window and the bricks on the outside. We're going to be right back with the window, but we've just quickly got something to fit in the kitchen which may be of interest to you. Okay, the good people at Wasdrop have given me a water filter, and I've accepted it because I do actually want one. My tap water can taste disgusting, and it leaves a weird chemically mark around my shower head like lime scale, and you do wonder, should I be drinking it? And it's better than getting bottled water because you don't have a load of bottles, microplastics and all that jazz. So it feels heavy, and we're going to get it fitted under the sink, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it whilst I'm fitting it. Okie dokie, so the key features of this water filter are it's got an 8-stage reverse osmosis filter, it removes PFAs, lead, chlorine, microplastics and more in the water. And it's a reverse osmosis system, which a lot of people wrongly think is too clean and it's bad for your health. But this one comes with a remineral function, so it filters out all the excess materials, which can make your water too chalky, and then it adds minerals, the good minerals like calcium, magnesium and sodium back into the water. And it's a compact and tankless design, it's low maintenance, and it's got a 6 months lifespan for the CFA filter and 24 months for the reverse osmosis filter, which costs you 22p a day, which is better than buying bottled water, and it's eco-friendly. Almost tastes soft on your palate. If you want one, it's in the link in the description. I'm mixing up some burnt mastic here, and that's just very, very dry. Very dry. Silica sand and oiled linseed. As I've just said, this is boiled linseed oil and silica sand, really basic materials. Now this is an old school alternative to using silicone. Where we'd use silicone now, in between the window frame and the masonry like the stonework or brickwork, we would have previously used something like this. Now, I have tried using mortar in the past, but what ends up happening is the wood expands and contracts and it leaves a weak point. It leaves a little gap around the mortar in the window, and it's somewhere where water could get in. So we don't want penetrating water coming in there. No thank you. So that's where this burnt sand mastic comes in. You can use double boiled linseed oil that has dryers in it, but I've found that using boiled linseed oil has been working an absolute treat. It takes a few days for the burnt sand mastic to go off, but once it does go off, it's almost impossible to clean. I've ruined containers by not cleaning it off. It does stick incredibly well, and it doesn't go solid. It has a little bit of flexibility. It's almost spongy. I love the colour and the texture of the burnt sand mastic, and I think that the brickwork meets the window really well with it. It helps that transition, and I think it helps the window become part of the building too. The other thing with it that I really love is that it's not going to trap water in. It will let water vapour out to a certain degree, but it will repel water at the same time as well, in a similar way to the paint does. It's not hygroscopic like the mortar is, it's not breathable, but it's repellent and doesn't trap it, which is a win-win. Check it out, we've got a window letting loads of light in. It just floods into here. I keep walking up the stairs thinking, oh god, I've left something open, but no, it's just a window. And look at it. I can admire the car park in all its glory. I think that window's not going to be in a normal living space or an occupied space. It might end up being half frosted for a bathroom or something. Yeah. We'll see once the rest of the windows are in how the space feels. But it's fantastic. It's made pretty much completely out of natural materials. It's made of Akoya wood by Nick, and he's done an amazing job of it. And we've got linseed paint, which is a natural paint. And the linseed paint, it's not breathable, but it lets moisture out, unlike a plastic paint, which is just like covering something in a sheet, in a bin bag essentially. Anything that gets in there, it stays in there, and then it cracks and it flakes and it comes off and it looks a mess and it rots the wood. Linseed paint doesn't do that. We've been using it for hundreds of years, and it acts more like a raincoat. It lets all of the sweat perspire out of it, but keeps you dry because the rain just runs off. So that's great, isn't it? And then we also put it in, not using expanding foam, but we've used lime and horsehair. So that's really good for sound. Expanding foam, no good for sound, it just goes straight through it, it's a flanking path. The lime and horsehair, it just kills it dead. You knock on the window, it's just a dull thud. The other thing it's got around the edge, it's got no silicone, it's got burnt sand mastic, which is just boiled linseed oil mixed with silica sand, and that's making the waterproof coating. It seems to be working so far, it's all dry around it, and if I have to use silicone, I will do, but if it works without it, perfect. So, that is this video done. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. We're going to be doing a bit of pointing outside, which if you follow my Instagram you'll see that. And yeah, thank you very much. Ciao for now.